Hello everyone, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. So we just did Peril and Gorgon. Now don't really know. I guess I don't know if I should just kind of go along with the main story and then go around and do the side quests. I think that's what I probably will do. I didn't finish this, but this I'm just finding the dude's phonographs, so I'll do that later. So now I gotta go to Byzantium.
So here's the thing about Tossball. Tossball is played from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm with you so far. Play from the heart. Easy.
There are other schools of thought. Some say you gotta use your brain to play Tossball. Those people have concussions.
Oh, gosh. That sounds really dangerous.
Tossball is a celebration of danger. Take the hacker. The hacker's job is to trample right through the enemy's defense. Best hacker in the league's fella by the name of Take It Easy Tatum. 59 injuries to his name in 3 non-consecutive seasons.
Why do they call him Take It Easy Tatum?
Oh, that's what the mediators used to shout out every time he'd go into a bloodthirsty frenzy.
Oh yeah, the parcel. I forgot I did that in the... Was it the last episode? I don't know.
Great work.
Now I'm in here. Let's see. The lockpick is pretty high. My hack is low. Let's see. It's my science for the reduced tinkering costs. I forgot about that. I'll get you back up to that.
If I had to spend every day working on the boards...
I've got the package now.
There's nothing to see here. Yeah? Let's see it. Looks like your papers are in order. All right. Go on through.
Thank you. Thank you. Minister Clark's residence. Cool. Hello.
Get in here.
I have a delivery.
You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
I'm wearing the exact same armor as one of your guards, so
Oh
I don't
my
know
God.
why they care.
Captain.
Or why
That's
you
the
notice, how
minister.
you notice.
Mr. Clark. Oh, wow.
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister fella, if that is his real name.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more.
Dimethyl sulfur
Of
oxide,
course.
however.
What else would it be? I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then?
Huh? You've been hoarding dimethyl sulfoxide.
Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course! It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
Alright, who's this Rockwell
Chairman
fella?
Rockwell. He's kept me under house arrest for years.
Years,
I've
holy.
long suspected him of transacting business in my name. But this proves it.
You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Okay. Yeah, where is he? Tell me
Whatever
where he is,
Rockwell's
please.
doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
Okay.
If by look for details he means knock things about and take what we like, count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
Oh, yeah.
Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
Yeah, don't care. Just tell him, yeah. Tell me how to get there.
Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government...
Okay,
facilities-
I'm gonna have a green
but
dot that's
only
gonna tell me where to go.
employees are allowed into the
Oh, okay.
district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels,
Ugh.
but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area.
I'm gonna
for
sneeze
obvious
again.
reasons.
Acropolis District. Okay.
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
Okay. Then I will be on my way.
Wait. Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here.
Yeah, what is on the
What
cartridge?
isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon.
I like this guy.
Once
I like
the
him.
rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves?
It's worth a try, but the Earth Directorate still needs that message. We must hope for their intervention.
Okay.
Perhaps there is hope after all.
Oh yeah.
And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis District.
Cool. Cool. Okay.
You must be joking.
No. Dude. Dude, living on a planet with rings is... That's just so cool. Hello. Hi.
You can pass. Go on through.
I can pass. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's because Adjutant Akande wants to talk to me, so... That makes things easy for me. Hello.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
Adjutant Akande is expecting you. She's in her office.
Okay. I'm not actually gonna talk to her. Let me through. Okay. What if I shot her in the face? Percival!
I see you haven't been shot to pieces by the guards. Do you have an appointment?
Udom's forms. No, but I have papers.
Of course. You're that curious spacer Mr. Bedford mentioned. Just a moment, please. Madam Adjutant, Bedford's contact has arrived. Shall I clear...
No, thank you, Percival. I doubt this will take long. I'm Sophia Akande, adjutant to the chairman.
Don't care. I'm not here to talk to you. Ryan McDonough.
I've been reading all about you. This dossier from Emerald Vale was especially engrossing.
Okay.
You know the location of Dr. Phineas Wells. I'm interested. But I'm not yet sure I can trust your information.
Okay.
The thought crossed my mind. I'm willing to work with you, but I need to know that I can trust you. I have a job for you. One of our cartographers needs to be retired. I want you to carry it out.
Okay. I'm not actually gonna do that, but...
If you're afraid of bloodying your hands, feel free to wear gloves.
But I kill you instead.
Rachel Lockwood, cartographer for the Bureau of Exploration. She's done some sensitive work for us, but now she's a loose end. Lockwood has to go. Get rid of her. Bring me her work. Then we'll talk about Dr. Wells. I'll tell you what I can.
Yeah, what makes her a loose
It
end?
isn't as if we're executing Lockwood for mislabeling a river on a map. It isn't what she's done, but what she knows that forces our hand. The nature of Lockwood's work was sensitive, confidential, and concerns the future of Halcyon. I can't risk leaving her alive.
Yeah, you can't tell me what she
I
worked on.
suppose I could, but then you'd be a loose end. And neither of us want that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna bring you her work, so I could just read it myself.
Precisely. I'd be obliged to send assassins after you. You'd likely kill them, thereby obliging me to send more. I don't need that kind of paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with Lockwood, and I'll know that I can rely on you. That counts for more than trust.
Yeah, you think it over?
Don't take too long. There's another freelancer.
I'm not
working
actually doing
this
it,
job.
so.
He doesn't have your skill, but nonetheless.
I'll take care of it.
Excellent. Percival will handle your paperwork for you.
I won't actually.
We
I
haven't
won't.
talked about this.
We're not.
If we wanted the board's attention, we got options. Piracy, vandalism, maybe some light arson.
I'm not actually gonna help her out.
We want to put some fear in the board, right? Get them scared of us.
Yeah. Also their money.
I want to believe you, but the adjutant didn't seem too scared of us.
You want scared?
You just got an audience with Sophia Conde. That's the adjutant to the chairman.
Oh, shoot her when I'm done
You
with
sure we should be trusting
this current mission cassette, yeah. Yeah,
her? If you think she's using us, why'd you give her the time of day?
because I didn't really have a choice. I kind of had to. I wanted to recognize
That's
my face.
cold, boss. I like it. I know we're freelancers and all. We take work where we can find it. But we gotta be vigilant, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This is how the board gets you.
Mm-hmm.
A job here, an errand there. Before you know it, you're calling him sir and ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate your time. Let's get back to it.
All right, I'm gonna go ransack this dude's office. No, I don't want to be doing this mission. I want to be doing this one. Where? Too good.
Excuse me.
Look at this fancy office. Chairman's bleeding the whole colony dry.
Broken snow globe. Cool. Prime Ministry keycard. There you go.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell.
This is
and I'm
different.
here to address a serious issue facing us. As you
This
all
looks
know,
different than
our
what it used to
colony
be, I
has been
think.
successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Okay. That was
That
Pretty-
was our story, wasn't it?
yeah, definitely. Clark's message to Earth. Cool. Oh, I gotta read them all, even though I'm not actually reading them. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Board reputation decreased. Yeah, didn't ask, don't care. Okay, can I unlock that door? Probably not. It's over here. Nope. Okay. Hi. What if I just fast travel instead? 'Cause I don't want to talk to you. Dimethyl sulfoxide.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city.
Okay. Okay, I don't know what I just did. I reviewed an employee complaint. Scientist, the ministry, whatever, has an ongoing feud with Theodore, one of her coworkers. Okay, where is that one? Freaking
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
probably.
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Hey, I heard that
Sorry,
you're complaining
I'm
about stuff.
kinda in the middle of something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh. You know, I always have time for sprout mitochondria, as well as charming men who can appreciate the finer points of cell biology.
Okay.
Are we still talking about cell division?
This is certainly a conversation worth continuing elsewhere, but I don't think I've seen you around, and I'm sure I'd remember you.
No. Yeah.
In that case, I can get you into the lab. Consider it a favor you can repay later.
Oh.
Follow me.
Okay. You are slow. Hurry up. Okay.
Hold, I need a favor. Think you could let my friend through just this once? After all, you still owe me.
Fine. But I don't want
Ah. Okay, now this is where I got it.
Pushing up.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed
So they probably won't care, but
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for.
the
so
guards
I had to run
do.
the trial again. And the results were 0.003% different this time.
Do the words
Someone got mad.
significant mean anything?
I wish. Is there like weapons where you can just knock people out? I kind of wish that was a thing. No, you didn't see anything. Okay. Transfer it to the container. So it's a death of human. Okay. High lethal and result in cancellation of any in progress experiments. Well, I don't want to kill him by leaving. Fine. I won't take that all. I'm gonna take a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I got it, but not all of it.
I kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists.
Okay.
All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me.
Yeah, I was testing on people.
Subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, damn.
Yeah.
No, I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades.
Oh yeah.
The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die.
Planning by freezing every worker in the colony.
Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself?
Oh yeah.
I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Yeah. So that's it. We just give up. No, we need to.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Okay. We could skip the Hope into the system.
You're a genius.
Oh yeah.
We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes.
Power from the unreliable.
You're a step
I
ahead
don't know.
of me.
I guess it is 70 years old, but
If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I don't understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship, count me in.
Yes, excellent. I approve of your enthusiasm, young man. You should ask your captain for a raise.
Okay.
You'll need to switch
Not
off the
happening.
Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Okay. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon.
Okay.
The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
There's some reason you hide behind that.
Not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance.
Okay.
Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess. Huh?
Talk to you.
Okay.
You know, they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day.
That's what you wanted to talk
I'm
about?
trying to think of a good title for this episode.
This is what you wanted to talk
I like
about.
the sound of the
We're in the middle
skip
trying to
drive.
save the colony, and you want to talk about
No,
what
no,
the
wait, I
what
got
the frickin' series is gonna be called.
Hope in dark times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call work.
No. No. Looks exactly like the Groundbreaker.
We have arrived at the Hope.
Okay.
I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator.
Okay.
You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
Okay. Do they care? Hello.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so stupid as to fly to the ass end of the colony for this derelict. Shows how much I know. You've got about 5 seconds to tell me what you're doing here before I make you take a walk outside.
Send to repair the reactor so it doesn't explode and take the colony out with it.
Explode? Holy shit.
I am wearing the same armor, so
All
it
right.
would kind of make sense.
You'll want a uniform so my staff doesn't shoot you on sight.
Yep.
They're a dangerous mix of bored and trigger happy.
Yep.
We've got a few extra in the old badge station to my right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay, so I need to go to the Hope auxiliary power thingy first. Oh, did I need to do that on my ship? Freaking moron. Patch.
We're not exploding, so guess it worked.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
Right.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Hello?
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
Yeah, let's
Are
do
you
this.
sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
Yeah.
Jump starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Cool. Skipping it myself.
I wouldn't advise that, Captain.
No, I got it.
Worst ways to go out, I suppose. It's nice knowing you, boss.
I know what I'm doing. Trust me.
All right. It is in your hands now, Captain. I trust you, in so much as my presets allow.
ADN, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Okay.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Oh, I leveled up.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Oh, I don't recognize you.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Oh.
Cool.
Of course. I don't want any trouble out of you.
Okay.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine.
That's what you wanted to tell me.
You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible?
Yes.
How can I be of assistance?
Okay.
Goodbye.
Uh-oh.
Saw some looking...
Meant to pull out this thing.
That's the last of them.
Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I actually leveled up. Ooh. It's an N-ray one. Kinda sucks, but whatever. Tartarus. I think this is like the last mission. So if I go and do this mission, it'll be the end of the game when I finish it. Realistically, I don't care to do all the side quests. Like, I've done them before, and they're boring to watch. Like, I would not be able to make them entertaining. It would literally just be me talking to people. That's all it is. I'd go grab something, and then go talk to someone, and then go grab something, and then talk to someone. So, I'm not gonna do any of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna head over there.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Right.
Phineas, locked up in Tartarus? We cannot let this stand. That place terrifies even the most hardened criminal.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. but that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
Yeah, we gotta free him.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Okay.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
We're doing it.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Mm-hmm.
Got my trusty tossball stick. Got my ass kicked.
I actually took that away from you.
I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Let's go. Oh, I forgot about that thing. I can take that. Oop. I listened to that. Tartarus. Tartar sauce. Yes. Would you like to save yes?
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution.
Okay.
Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
No, anything.
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Nice try, but not having it.
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you return, though.
Okay.
Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
How long will that take?
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead.
Okay. Show me your biometric ID.
I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Okay.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge.
What a
How can I
freaking
be of
idiot.
assistance?
Don't care.
Take care.
Alright. Let's pull out my old freaking minigun. 3,500 bullets. Let's go destroy some people.
The captain did right by us, Sonny. Now the board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I reign. Push on, my man.
Run. Mardettes are helping me. Gotta run. You know what? Who cares? Come here, boy. You're supposed to be running at me. me your pistol. Nope. Nah, they don't really drop much. Oh no, my board reputation decreased. How sad. Don't care. That's pretty cool. Come on. There you go.
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
Lead the way, boss. I got your back.
To the pit. Blood and revenge. I'm in the pit now. Why did I just reload? It's the only downside. I don't know. Again, I don't need to be grabbing anything. I feel like this place would be on a whole lockdown after just killing one guard. Like, that first rampage I just had. I feel like there, like, would be alarms and crap, but no. It's quite calm. See, like, I just killed a bunch of people down there, gunshots and everything, and these guys are just like, whatever. Are these? Oh yeah, these are the Iconoclast. And MSI as well. Or it should be MSI as well. I accidentally just killed these guys, didn't I? Yikes. Is that a shotgun with N-ray on it? Probably shouldn't be picking stuff up because I'm just gonna get over encumbered and have to drop stuff. Nice. I want that shotgun. I don't think they can drop like N-ray stuff though, because that stuff is pretty good, I guess. I don't like it. Every time I use N-ray stuff, it doesn't really do any damage.
Well, look who it is.
Uh-huh.
I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Yeah, get out of my way, boy.
I'm not in your way, you dullard. You talk to me.
I didn't say
you want to go
jack.
die in a blaze of glory? Be my guest.
I'm gonna just shoot this dude. Don't care. Don't care. Cool. Do they put people in those and they just hang them? So it's like people aren't dead, but they're just sitting there and that.
All right, MSI.
Oh, here's MSI.
Speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Hope he has an N-ray scythe. Nope.
I'm not.
Whatever comes of this, I'm just real glad.
Lol.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life.
Mm-hmm.
You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Okay.
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos.
Oh, I do. I love
My
it.
reports described you as one of Halcyon's sharpest minds. I can't imagine why you'd do something so irrational. I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
Okay.
I'm not surprised by your arrogance. You've been prancing about the colony for entirely too long, with no one to put you in your place.
Okay.
Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake, but it is a mistake I intend to correct.
Okay. Can we
I have
just shut
Dr.
up and get
Wells in
on
my
with this?
custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Sure. I don't enjoy the killing and the thought of killing you.
In that we are in agreement. An end to violence is precisely what I want. An end to chaos. An end to senseless loss of life. The only obstacle standing in my way is you.
Mm-hmm.
I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option.
Don't care.
Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Do your worst, you freaking
If you
psycho.
insist. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain.
Okay.
And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
Okay. Can I go this way? No? Ah. So now they're all shooting him instead. Haha! Oh, okay. I don't know why you put the key card in his pocket or inventory or whatever, but okay. Dun 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 dun. Come on, grab it.
Get me out of here!
There you go.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
How much trouble I went through to save you? No, you fine?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that, but...
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
Cool.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Okay. So let's do this.
You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
I'm the only competent person left. Yeah, I'll help.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support.
Yes.
We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson,
The Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The Gorgon project created divisions among Well's newly awakened scientists. Many wanted to let the facility and its failures rot, but others saw an opportunity to improve the work of the original scientists, and perhaps the lives of Halcyon's masses. Minnie Ambrose made a compelling case for the benefits of an improved Adrenatime formula, one that could reinvigorate Halcyon's exhausted, malnourished workforce as they fought for survival in a new and uncertain world. She led the project, committed to reasonable schedules and honest reporting.
That's good.
In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life: Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Ellie savored her adventures on the Unreliable. Once they were done, she returned to life as usual, running missions of dubious legality, shunning respectable work, and living life to the fullest. She meant to reach out to her one-time captain, but she was always bad at keeping in touch. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
That just ends. That was so good. Ugh, I freaking love that game. Yeah, some of the some of my companions, like the stories for them were depressing, like Nyoka and Netley's, but it's just because I didn't do their side quests. If I did their side quests, they wouldn't have been so depressing. But realistically, it would have just been like 5 minutes of me. I probably would have just cut it all out because it would have been super boring to do it anyways. So I was like, whatever. Yeah, I think they did like announce there would be a second game. I'm fairly certain. Press any key. Oh, but I am. Did it bug out? Oh, there we go. Okay, it still says press any key right there. What happens if I click continue? Actually, I want to see this. Does it just go back to right before I go to Tartarus? Oh no, it goes back to right here. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.